Howdy, and welcome to the How to Play video for Rowdy Partners, the rootingest, tootingest wrestling game this side of the Mississippi. Choose your favorite wrestlers and square off in the ring for glory and bragging rights. So follow along and get ready to rumble. We'll begin by setting up for a 4-player game in which 2 teams of 2 will face off against each other in the squared circle. We'll go over the differences in setup and rules when playing with fewer people later in the video, so you can set aside the 3 headliner wrestling boards and 3 manager boards, as they are not used in a 4-player game. Begin by placing the Rowdy Ring and play boards next to each other in the center of the table. Each player will choose one of the wrestlers and take the matching wrestler board, character token, and a health marker, as well as any signature move tokens that wrestler may have. Sit beside your partner and combine your wrestler boards in order to create the pop track in the center. Your opponents will sit on the opposite side and do the same. Now, place your health marker on the highest numbered space of your health track, and place a pop track marker on the lowest space of the pop track. If that space has an icon, you will receive that benefit to start the game. You and your partner will place your wrestler character tokens in one of the team markers, which will be placed on the Rowdy Ring board. The numbers on the Rowdy Ring indicate turn order, so choose a team to go first and adjust the team markers so that the 1 and 4 are showing on the starting team side, while the opposing team is showing 2 and 3. The 2 wrestlers in the center represent the fighters who are currently duking it out in the ring, while the 2 wrestlers on the outside are waiting to be tagged in. Place the remaining tokens near the board, making sure to place the green cheat tokens face down and shuffled. You're now ready to play Rowdy Partners. Rowdy Partners is a trick-taking game, and for those of you familiar with the genre, it might be helpful to know that it's a must-follow game with no trump where the low card wins. If that doesn't make much sense to you now, don't worry. We'll get into all the details shortly. Just know that in Rowdy Partners, you'll be playing cards with the goal of knocking down your opponent's health and pinning them for the victory. Each wrestler will keep track of their health on their wrestler boards. As they take damage, the health marker is reduced to show their current health. Your objective is to reduce the health of one of your opponents until it reaches this skull symbol. If you can do that, congratulations! You've just pinned your opponent, and your team is the winner. Rowdy Partners is played over a series of rounds until one of the wrestlers is pinned. At the beginning of each round, gather and shuffle all of the cards. Then deal 8 cards to each player. The remaining 4 cards are placed face down in a burn pile near the board. They will not be used for this round and cannot be looked at. The card deck consists of 4 suits: hats, horseshoes, stars, and tombstones, and each suit is numbered from 1 to 8. There are also 4 wild cards with the numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you receive your hand of cards, make sure to keep them secret. You are not allowed to tell anyone about the suits or numbers of the cards you have, not even your partner. Reference the Rowdy Ring board, and the player in the first position will play a card from their hand to the play board. Whenever you play a card, place it on the space that matches your position in turn order. So the first player places their card here on the 1 space of the playboard. This first card is referred to as the lead card, and can be any card from the first player's hand. There are no restrictions on the card chosen as the lead card. Proceeding in turn order, players must play a card from their hand to the playboard that matches the suit of the lead card. When it is your turn, if you have multiple cards of the lead card suit, you are free to choose any of them to play. The second player plays their card here, and the third player places their card here. Notice that turn order does not alternate between teams, and that the second and third players will always be on the same team. Finally, the fourth player will play their card to the last spot on the playboard. But what happens if you don't have a card in the suit of the lead card? As we can see here, the fourth player doesn't have a star card in their hand. Whenever you cannot follow the lead card's suit, you can play any card from your hand to the playboard. The 4 cards played to the playboard are referred to as the trick. It's now time to resolve the trick. The player who played the lowest numbered card that matches the lead suit is the winner of the trick. They will do damage equal to their played card to the opposing team's wrestler who is in the ring. In this example, even though the red 2 is the lowest number in the trick, it is not the same suit of the lead card. So the 3 of stars wins the trick and does 3 damage to their opponent. Remember, the 2 wrestlers in the middle of the Rowdy Ring board are currently in the ring. The player who is damaged reduces their health on their player board. The final spaces on the health track are called the pin zone, and when your health reaches it, you are in danger of being pinned and losing the match. No matter how much damage you take, you cannot move your health marker more than 1 stop sign per trick. This represents your valiant last gasp effort to gain the upper hand. Between each stop sign symbol is a triangle representing the referee's pin count. In order for the health marker to move to the next stop sign symbol, the damage received must be equal to or greater than the shown pin count number. So in order to move from the 0 to 1 count, at least 1 damage needs to be done in a single trick. And to move from the 1 to the 2 count, at least 2 damage needs to be done. Any extra damage is disregarded, since the marker cannot move past multiple stop sign symbols in a single trick. And if the damage is less than the listed requirement, the health marker just stays where it is. If the health marker ever reaches the skull symbol, that wrestler has been pinned, the wrestler's team has lost, and the game immediately ends. If all the wrestlers are still standing, it's time to get ready for the next trick. The winner of the previous trick will move into the ring and start the next trick. Adjust the Rowdy Ring board as necessary to reflect the player order if needed. For example, if the winner was the third player of the previous trick, they'll tag their partner and move into the ring. Then slide the team markers to show the new turn order. Move all the cards from the playboard onto the burn pile and begin the next trick. Continue playing tricks and dealing damage until either one team wins or players have no more cards in their hands. When all cards have been played and the final trick has been resolved, gather all the cards and prepare for a new round following the same instructions given earlier in the video. Now, it wouldn't be a true wrestling match without a little shenanigans, so let's take a look at some of the special cards in the game. Wild cards have no suit of their own. Instead, they automatically become the suit of the lead card when played. By playing this wild card, it becomes a 3 of hats because the lead card is a hat card. If you play a wild card as the lead card, you must immediately declare its suit. So by leading with a wild card and declaring it a horseshoe, every other player would need to play a horseshoe if they are able to for this trick. Playing wild cards is always optional, so if you have no cards of the lead suit, but do have a wild card, you can still play any card from your hand. Some cards have these pop arrows on them. When played, increase your team's pop marker a number of spaces equal to the number of arrows on the card. If you cause the pop marker to pass through or land on an icon on the pop track, take the matching token and place it near your wrestler board. If you earn a green cheat token, select one randomly from the supply and keep it hidden until used. These pop tokens will give you an advantage and can only be played when it's your turn. It is allowable to play multiple pop tokens at the same time to stack their effects. Let's take a closer look at what these tokens do. The tag token can only be played before either wrestler on your team has played a card for the trick. This will cause your team's wrestlers to swap positions. The new turn order immediately goes into effect. Coin tokens are double-sided and placed on top of your played card to modify its value up or down. In this way, you can cause the value of your card to go higher than 8, or lower than 1. You can win a trick with a 0 or negative number, but it will do no damage to your opponent. Damage tokens are placed on your card as you play it. If you win the trick with that card, it does 1 extra damage per token to your opponent. The cheat tokens are kept secret until you decide to play them. Reveal the token as you play your card to modify it. They work similarly to the previous tokens, except there are cheat tokens to change the suit of your just played card. This will allow you to play an off-suit card by modifying to match the lead card. There's just one last wrinkle we need to go over: counters. Whenever a card is played with the same number value of a card already on the playboard, flip the matching cards face down. These cards are now out of the trick, and ignored when resolving the winner of the trick. If the lead card was countered, then the earliest remaining card in the trick becomes the new lead card. If the new lead card is a wild card, the player who placed it immediately declares its suit just as if they had played it as a lead card. If there are no face-up cards on the playboard, then the next card played becomes the lead card. And if all the cards get turned face down by the end of the trick, then there is no winner for the trick. Clear the board and start the next trick with the existing turn order. Rowdy Partners has a cast of colorful wrestlers, each with their own ability printed on their board. It's a good idea to read your chosen wrestler's ability out loud before you start the game so that everyone has an idea of what you're capable of. Some wrestlers even have signature move tokens that are earned by climbing the pop track. If you need clarification on how some of the wrestlers work, you can find details in the rulebook. And those are all the rules you need to know in order to play Rowdy Partners. But what if you have fewer than 4 players? Headliners are big-time wrestlers that act as a one-person team. So if you don't have a teammate, you'll select one of the headliners instead of a normal wrestler. In this way, you can have 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 1 matches. If you are playing without a teammate, during setup, you'll select a headliner board as well as a manager board, and sit opposite the opposing team as normal. Combine your headliner and manager boards to create your pop track, and place the pop marker on the bottommost space. Take a health tracker and place it on the highest space of your headliner board. Notice that each headliner has 20 health. Headliners and managers each have their own abilities, and managers come with a token which is set to the side for now. Take your matching headliner character token and place it on your team tracker. Headliners are always inside the ring, so place the token in the middle space of the team tracker. It will not change positions over the course of the game. When starting a new round as a headliner, you'll be dealt 8 cards as normal. Then deal 8 cards to your manager as well, but keep these cards face down. You'll arrange them in a diamond pattern next to your headliner board. 3 cards at the top, then 2 cards at both ends in the center row. In the center of the diamond, place the manager's token. Then finish the diamond, placing the cards like this. Now flip the bottom card face up, and the round is ready to start. As a headliner, you'll play 2 cards per trick. Depending on your team tracker, you will play either the first and fourth card in the trick, or the second and third. When it's your turn to play a card to the trick, any face-up cards in your manager's diamond is considered an extension of your hand. So if the only card that matches the lead card's suit is in the manager's diamond, you have to play it. If playing a card from your manager's diamond uncovers cards beneath it, flip them over and they are now considered a part of your hand. And if you fully uncover the manager's token in the center, gain it to use your manager's ability on future turns. All the other rules remain the same, and now you're ready to play Rowdy Partners.